dear souls, and welcome to my channel Twilight Dusk 1111. Today's pick a card reading is Who Am I? Remember, these readings are general readings, which means not all of it will resonate with you. And if the pile doesn't resonate, please pick another one and only take what resonates. Thank you. I just want to mention I'm an empathic reader, which means I read the energy of the cards. Hi everyone, it's time to pick a card. So please pick a pile 1 through 5. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, you can pick more than one pile. Hey dear souls, welcome to pile 1. This is the card you got. I see the word engineering and adventure. So let's pick a few cards, okay? Being adventurer / being an engineering person means you are very creative and you have very many ideas and you might be off the beaten path. Okay, let's get a few more cards here. Desire. And it looks like you're definitely someone of like a hands-on person who likes to work with their hands. They just like work things through by themselves. Like people could tell you, hey, I told you that doesn't work, or like, hey, what about how's that gonna work? And it's like, well, I'm gonna do it myself, and I'll either show you how it works. I need to do it myself. Okay, another card. Starfish, I'm sorry. That's very interesting. I was trying to say starfish, but I said starship. Starfish means regeneration, as well as perseverance and strength. It also shows signs of there's been a decent amount of haters and needing to come back from rejection. And starship, that might mean that, well, starship, I'm thinking of the book of Noah's Ark, where he literally made a ship, like you are the star and a starship, it's your ship, and you're literally taking what you need on the ship for you, with you. It means you get up and just do your desires. You're an adventurer, you're an engineer, so you're getting up and going for it. Mountains, so this could be literal mountains, like I know that because you're adventurer, you could be going over physical mountains, or there might be just mountains of work that you're going through right now, mountains in your career, mountains in just what you want to do for the future. Okay, next one. So I think you're a type of person that you like to sit back and read a good book. This is a duck. Like how I got that is you just sometimes, even though your idea of relaxation may not be the same as other people's, you know what's just right for you to relax, whether that's like getting a foot massage or sitting in front of the fire and watching stuff. You just know what you like to relax, and the other people might not understand it, but because you know that's what helps you relax, go for it. A pickaxe. People with a pickaxe they're go-getters. They are someone that they're mining it could be literal diamonds and just being a person of prosperity. But then at the same time, it might be someone who they seem to be like going in the dark. They're just like blindly searching for something. However, what I'm feeling here is this doesn't necessarily need to be physically a diamond, like the tangible diamond. It could also be you're looking for, I'm sensing maybe in someone's character, you're just looking in other people's character, or just looking for something to maybe reassure you, or look for just something familiar, because you seem to be going into uncharted territory. Okay, the next one. Yeah, that's a ship. Well, actually, it's a sailboat, but it shows that the wind, you're literally on the boat. There are a few other people there, but you're the one steering. So it looks like you have the potential to be a leader, or you are already leading people. And even though the wind isn't directly your own work, you are starting to pick up and start guiding. What I mean is, this is by your own power. This is you starting to take action. Getting another card. Go-getters. Yeah, this is the go-getters. Also, I'm looking at it. It could be boots, like hiking boots, those brown boots. I don't know if you're just like you like to do things in style, or you just think there's a way for this to be done. Like the scientific method. First, you have to come up with like a hypothesis, etc. Because you're a hands-on person, you're like, there's one way to do this, and I'm gonna do it my way. That can sometimes be a good thing, while others are like, if they both get to the same result, why do you have to do it that way? It's like, because I need to convince myself. Well, let's look into that a little bit more. Oh, this is from your guide. There's two guides here, and they're praying, and they're right behind you. The title of this card is Beloved One. So it seems to me that they're saying, hey, dear, can you please slow down, because I think you're missing the point here, in the sense that we know you're trying to get the answer, but sometimes the answer isn't the actual point of something. For example, like finding a job. Of course you want to find a job, but in the process of looking for a job, you learn what you want in a job and what you don't want. And if you don't go through that, you might get a job that you thought you wanted, but you didn't. And then you're like, why didn't I know I wanted this? And they're saying, just, you need to take a step back and start being self-aware of what you want and what you don't want, because it looks like you've become tunnel visioned and are looking to just one specific outcome without seeing how the reason why you're going through this period of adventure is because it's to teach you about yourself. Love. Okay. So this might be a self-love journey, or it could be also your journey to finding love. I'm definitely sensing that there's some people that when they come into their career, they become more self-loving and self-confident, and that's when they find someone. While others, they're actually looking for someone they truly care about and love. There seems to be, this love card is sort of like, I'm hearing the Eight of Cups in the sense that there's a lot on the plate. It's just they are currently, like, when I say they, I mean you. Or actually I could mean they. That's very interesting, because I was talking about love. The they might mean there's just a lot on the other person's plate, or either the company you're applying for, or just you in general. There must be a lot on your plate. So it looks like you're a pretty stubborn person. What I'm sensing is you're literally, once you get your mind set on something, or let's say something's getting released, you will literally go and set up a tent there just to make sure you're within the first 1,000 people, so you can get that action figure discount or something. Like, you are that motivated to do. I'm trying to think of the best word to describe it. How about self-driven? Yeah, you are that self-driven to just go and find what you want. And that's why I think, based on this card of adventure and engineering, you can be a manifester. It's just a manifester of desires, but at this moment, I think what you're trying to manifest, you're not noticing the benefits of the process of manifesting, as opposed to what you get when you manifest. Like, for example, someone could manifest a job, or they could manifest learning more about themselves so they can get the right job. You know what I mean? Right now I feel like you're trying to manifest a job, but you don't necessarily know what you want in a job. a bridge, like a rope wooden bridge. It seems you are over some a bit turbulent waters. Maybe there's some fighting in the background. There's emotions that you're trying to walk over. There's definitely something you are trying to navigate over carefully. There's only one, and then there's a cup there. So maybe you're starting to sense. I was thinking originally someone else saying this, like there's only one cup and it's my cup. That's what I was thinking, but it could be the opposite, where it's only your cup and you're the one that's gonna take it. So this is more of a like a who do I put first thing. If you think, hey, I should put myself first, versus, oh, that person's putting them first, or like, what am I giving, what am I taking, like that kind of stuff. The star, okay. As I said earlier, oh, I pointed to the wrong card. I think I did. So this is the adventure engineer. Yeah. This was the pickaxe. Yeah. So the star, you are, because there was a diamond and the pickaxe, you're searching for gold in a sense. You are a very driven person, and you definitely go after what you want. It's just sometimes you don't always get the full picture before you do that. So you're like, oh, this company has a great wage and they seem so nice. And then later on, when you're employed by the company, your friends are like, have you looked at the company's ratings? These people are like not the best to the employees. A frisbee, yeah, you need to, like, I know it's this time when the COVID-19 thing, but you need to get out more. It's a frisbee. This thing's a frisbee, so it means you might be spending too much time cooped up inside. You just need to go out, smell the flowers. You are literally, because you're not diversifying your life, you're sort of backing yourself up into a corner, you know? That this says flame, like for some people, also like a flame can be passion. It can be both good and bad. It might be someone else, or the candle could be shine your own light, like the star. And let's get some guidance from your guides. I know we got one before about the two people standing behind you, beloved one. It's time to plant a tree. Okay, it seems that you might have been thinking about starting something like a new adventure or just something to invest your time in, but you're just like, no, I don't have the time. No, I don't have the time. This is a garden glove, so maybe it's gardening. The people, like these two cards say, hey, it's time for you to start what you've been thinking about, whether that's gardening or picking up a new skill, maybe starting your own business, starting your own YouTube channel. I'm seeing someone that might want to go boating. I know you have special stuff about you, and I know that, like, for example, maybe one of you might be a coder and you just love coding but you haven't done it for a while, or you want to learn code but you still haven't done it for a while or ever, and it's just saying, hey, go do something for me. I am one. So it looks like you are trying to split yourself into too many directions. And when I say directions, I literally mean you are focusing on too many things and you've lost sight of the reason why you, like, as I said before, for the people that were trying to find the solution to the problem, you lost sight of the problem in the first place and you just like got caught up in it. Maybe there were a few fights about that. Okay. Two horses. It looks like there have been two strong sides coming together, but this also means movement. Like they're both on their hind legs facing each other. They could also be a unicorn, so these are both manifestors, like staring at each other. They both want movement, but they're both headstrong, so It's not that one of them's going to cave in. It's just if they both step into their own power, they can help each other. But if one backs away, then it's one of those mutually beneficial relationships. But if one of them sort of backs off, then the other one doesn't get to grow as much, but maybe it might be for the best. Dance shoes. So maybe you want to take up dancing, or these are specifically red ballet shoes. So yeah, maybe you want to take up dancing. A chocolate heart. Like this is in a box. So it's saying sweetness can come from within because your heart is sweet. What it's saying is there are many aspects to someone's heart. It's your job to find the sweetness. Well, thank you, Pile 1, for listening. And I hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take care. Have a good. Hey, dear souls that picked Pile 2, this is your reading. Here's your card. So this one is 2 golf clubs. It looks like you might have been batting heads with other people, or just a situation might be taking too much of your time and wasting your energy. There's only 2 of us. So it looks like you might be feeling a bit lonely. There might be literally only 2 of you. Or it might feel like, I feel like you are a people pleaser, and there's many different, even if you wear a mask to please everyone, you still feel quite lonely. A boat with oars. This is a flotation boat, like an orange boat with oars. So it looks like you've been on you're trying to swim for safety. You might have jumped off, literally or figuratively, a roller coaster that has been just not worth your time, and you're in this boat that's trying to go to safety. When I first saw this called the boat, I was worried because there was a hole in it, so it was starting slowly, very slowly, to fill up with water. A person in a life vest. So I think this might be actually someone else. I think that someone else has noticed you're slipping away, or there's something that's wrong, and they're trying to say, hey, do you need my help? They're trying to say, hey, there's something off, something's wrong, there's something that you aren't telling me, and they're trying very hard for you. Hey, did you notice you were acting weird today? Or like, hey man, this isn't like you. When I say man, it doesn't actually have to be man. That's just what I'm thinking. At this moment, I saw 32, maybe the angel number 32, but this one is an upside down heart. So that might mean you're not following your truth, or your heart just feels completely betrayed or just in chaos. So you're running away from chaos, and that's understandable, but I think that there's something, the whole here, even though it's starting out as a little addiction, like a pain medicine, it's starting to turn something else. And I definitely recommend that the person that's been trying to reach out to you, obviously this could also be you trying to stay afloat in the life vest, but I think there's also someone that's trying to reach out to you, and it might actually have been a car accident or just something pretty traumatic, and you started taking some medications, or just you started to take certain substances, and then you're noticing, hey, I'm not feeling all right without those substances. And this person is starting to notice something's off, and you are also noticing something's off. That's why it's starting to appear here, because this person's been saying something, and you're trying to get away in your lifeboat because you know you're getting in over your head, but you also see that hole in the boat, which means I'm doing something to self-sabotage myself. So 2 boxing gloves, yeah. You seem to be someone that loves to fight. Well, I don't know why I said it like that. This might be because you just didn't feel heard in the past, or you've just been fighting too much, or you just needed to say your truth, and that's completely fine. But the symbol of this, like red boxing gloves, I'm not saying it's blood, but I'm just thinking, I don't know, I'm hearing nationals or champion. This isn't a fight for the better. This is a fight for a win, you know? For the better, there's two. Obviously, fighting's not good, but there's, hey, this person, like, it wasn't in self defense. This is just, well, there's good self defense, like if there's two people arguing, but then if someone lashes out with what came to mind was a fork, or just picked up something and looked like they were gonna, come at you with it. That's what this type of boxing gloves look like. But of course, what they pick up could be figuratively, but it might have felt like personally tried to do this. Like they target me. They personally tried to target me. Yet because of all the stuff you're dealing with right now, you're just trying to get away from it all. Because you're starting to notice it. It's hope should not be lost at this moment, because you are starting to understand that hope is still here. A child's laughter. So maybe a child's laughter thinks of innocence, in the sense that you're probably nostalgic for memories of the good old days in the past. Or it could be over childhood custody. It looks like you're stuck in the past, so you're not. This is more of a childhood's laughter, is more positive, but it's also preventing you from seeing the present problem. So I definitely suggest that you start grounding yourself and asking this person for help. I'm the only one left. I'm at my limit. You're pulling yourself in way too many directions. And whenever you try to fix one of the things, you're not fixing the main thing, and then everything's starting to spiral out of control. Like, let's pick another card after that. Situation is changing. So this has gone from a low-key situation to a very, very, very heavy situation. When I say heavy, this could be emotionally, this could be physically, this could be, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. As I told you, you've gone off a roller coaster and gone into this rowboat, but are you really off it? Or maybe just a thought somebody might be blackmailing you. Not on, this isn't obviously for everyone, but they might not intentionally being able to do it either. But let's say you just broke up with someone and then they keep calling you and say, I can't do this without you, or I'm lost without you. They're not, even though they're guilt trippers, it's coming from their own insecurities and not completely from their conscious mind, which means they don't necessarily have the worst intentions for you, but they are a toxic person and they are trying to drag you down. So be wary of why they're trying to drag you down. If it's because you are the source of income, or you're the person that keeps trying to fix up their life when they won't, please be wary of that and know that only they can personally fix their life up for good. You can only put band-aids over stuff, but those band-aids, if something too big happens, will come off and it's going to be bad. So you can't do everything for this person or the situation. You need to get help, as well as, like when I say help, I mean help for the situation. Like if this is out of your control, and you know what I mean by this person's trying to help you and you're like, nah, it's okay, I'm doing fine. And then in your mind you're screaming like, no it isn't. And in your mind you're also shaking your head, no, I can't think anymore, and I'm shaking. That's not fine. When you're not fine, I definitely recommend you checking out my Reiki meditation on this channel, because it'll help at least relax you. The reason why is because I feel you are suppressing a lot, But remember, when you do the meditation, everything should become an observation, not judgment, because what's happened. Don't judge it, okay? Well, how do I say don't judge it? It's like, for example, let's say if you want to go get up and get some ice cream. Like, that hasn't happened yet. But if yesterday you got some ice cream, you're like, oh man, I shouldn't have gotten ice cream yesterday because I've been doing it the past month. And you're thinking of judging yourself for you're about to get some ice cream. Like, you were just judging yourself for the past, now you're judging yourself for the future. Like, just stop judging it, because the future you can change, the past you cannot. There's definitely some things that draw you very closely to needing to soothe yourself, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally, or socially. This might be a time where you feel like you need to draw out, but what this is saying, survivor, is you need help. You know where this is going. I'm not saying you to project in the future. I'm saying, hey, it's okay to get help. And I'm not saying help as in like a, hey, I'm dying sort of way. I'm saying help as in a like, hey, it's going to be okay. Because when you get help, it's going to be okay. If you don't get help, then you can't say that to yourself. 2, the word 2 here, like the letter 2, but then I was thinking also me too. So maybe there was a violence issue, like, you know, the Me Too movement. I'm hearing the word player. There might have been someone that abused you or just was a player. It just didn't end well. A car, yeah, it looks like you're definitely trying to get away from something. Let me put this here. Oh, something that came up just before that is 6 of Cups. That's a love thing. So maybe you might have fallen in love with someone and they totally did something that you can never forgive them and you're running away from, or you can't forgive yourself. But look, forgiving yourself, even though it's a step, you don't have to forgive yourself completely. You just have to forgive yourself enough to get help, you know? And you don't need to forgive yourself because it's not your fault. Because it might have felt like your fault in the past, but you know what? Now is now. It's not your fault now because you can change now. In the future, you can't change your past. You might think in the past it's your fault, but it can't be your fault now because you can change now in the future. Getting another card here. A star. You are a very, very strong person. You have such a beautiful light. You just need to start showing it around, as in the sense like showing that something when isn't going the way you want it to, and you need to start telling people, because people care about you, and it's very important that you understand there are people, even though it seems that there might be only people not to help you, this person's here to help you, and there's definitely other people, okay? And 2 rings, yeah, you definitely have maybe a commitment. Maybe this is like a codependency. You're thinking to yourself, if he's okay, I'm okay, or I'll be okay after this happens. Why can't you be okay now? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so the message from your guides. Love one, love all. Loving can be difficult, but when you start to love, that's when you can start to grow and heal. That's a band-aid. So loving, even though it can be painful, it's one of the things that is going to set you free. Loving yourself is going to get you, and others is going to start to show you the truth and your path. Caller right here. So I don't know what you have been going through, but it looks like it wasn't very healthy, in the sense that, you know, if anyone's led around by the caller, that means there's someone that's the dominant power and there's someone that's a submissive. So definitely I think you're going through something very, it might be also yourself, in the sense where you feel like a part of you is leading you around and you don't like that part of you because it's being very dominant and it's scaring you. Then it's not your fault, and just go get help. That's the end of it. Like, this is you saying go get help. I don't know how to say this more. You need to go get help, because whatever this collar means, like, it looks like a spike collar, you know? So that could be partly some rituals that create codependency. It could be literal abuse issues, maybe like abandonment, but it can get pretty, you're not alone. And just, if you feel you need help, the US, there's 911. Just call someone or text someone. Just, you need to do something. This is a rubber ducky. This is for your future. It's saying, hey, you have a future. It's possible. For the life that you want is still there. It's just, you need to start going towards it. Right now you are running from the present, so you can't be going towards the future because you're stuck in the past. Your guides say, I love you. They love you very much, and they are also sending people around you that love you and care about you, so please reach out. Thank you for pile number 2. Take care, dear. Have a wonderful night. And if you need to reach out to me by email just to talk, my email is twilightdusk1111@gmail.com, okay? Hey dear souls, welcome to pile 3. This is your card. Love. Looks like you have your eye on something. You could say it might be a person, it might be a situation, it might be just some, like in this case, because it's so broad, it could also be something that you're like, you watch a video of someone playing the piano and you're just like, oh my god, I love that. And then you're like, I wish I could do that. And then what's stopping you, you know? So right here I see a xylophone. So you might, listening to music might be something that you enjoy or just you want to try out. Like, xylophone is not as common an instrument, so maybe you want to do something off the current path, like something harder like violin, or maybe you want to sing or do voice acting or something that's just not of the norm. I'm hearing lawyer, or maybe just judge, court. That's totally fine. I'm just, everything's coming, you know? Communication, and that one, yeah, that says justice. You wanna, it feels like there's justice happening around here. You definitely have a lot of beautiful energy because you had the xylophone. That's definitely creative, so you have a lot of stuff. Okay. Believing, but it also has the shape of a snake that's coming behind it, so that could be your shadow side. That could be someone else or a group of people. That also could be shedding your skin. This snake looks pretty mad, so I think this is partly your self-criticism of yourself for like, no, I shouldn't like that, as well as, what will they think of me if I do this? And others like, oh my god, did you hear what this guy's interested in? You know, I think it's a mixture of those things. A taxi looks like you might be getting up to move somewhere. Well, not like moving, but like you might be going to see something, someone, maybe a recital. Looks like there's a lot of people around. Ooh, you're gonna make some pretty, like right here's a bracelet, so it's a very, what's coming off is very significant experience, like a major life event. Like you might find out, oh, I want to become a musician from this one dance recital, or I might want to become a detective or something like that. Okay, so there's 2, I think they're called tambourines. When you bang them together, it goes and it's just very, very loud. So this is your wake-up call. This is saying, hey, get to it. This is time for you to start doing the things you love. That might be drums, because I see those 2 drumsticks, but not exactly. At the very end they're round, so maybe they might be something else. I'm trying to think of what else they could be. Well, you might be a writer. or want to be a writer, I could say. And there's no reason why you can't be, So that sounds cool. Um, like I see forest here, so you're journeying into the unknown in the sense you're just taking a leap to something that you don't really know about, but you're definitely excited about. Whitewater rafting. So it's something that sets your soul afire. It looks like someone's been pretty stern with you recently in the sense that, like, I'm not gonna support you if you do something like this. And I'm like, I'm not telling you to lie to them, but I'm also telling you not to lie to yourself. Like, if you actually feel like you have an interest in something, I'd first suggest, with what you're interested in, reading up about it, getting other people's opinions so you can support what you might want to start. And then when it's time, you can tell them, because having more information about something that you like than less information can tell you if you actually like it or not. The front of a boat. So that means you're steering your way, you're plowing through uncharted waters. You're just steamboating ahead. Maybe you want to become a pilot or get your own boat, maybe financial. You just want to get something that will define you. Teddy bear. Okay, so you want, besides the tangible, you want those memories that come with the jumping out of a plane or whitewater rafting or sitting on the beach having a campfire. It looks like you also want to have those memories. So that's a combination of a fox/wolf. Fox is cunning and smart, and a wolf goes by themselves. So don't, I'm telling you, please don't do something like, you can literally go to a beach and have some fun on the beach. Just don't make a big deal of it, in the sense that don't start a big fire on the beach and draw attention to you. Have your fun, but do it in a smart way. Yeah. I hear singing. Well, when I say singing, I meant that says sing. Maybe you like to sing. That's nice. I definitely start to just, you are very close to what it is that you are interested in the sense that if anyone were to look at you when somebody's doing something that interests you, they're like, oh, you want to start that? And you're like, what? No, 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 of course not. I'm like, no, you look very into that. I'm like, okay, take them seriously. You are someone that they'll know what you're interested in just by looking at you. Become one. So if you are someone that doesn't show your interests a lot for fear of getting judged, or just doesn't try out a lot of things for fear of going too far off the mainstream, or just won't allow yourself to have fun, well, this is the pile for you, because this is telling you, hey, why can't you have fun? Because you know what life is? It's supposed to include fun. And if you don't have fun, then what are you living, So when I say include fun, I mean there's stuff that will make, you can count, this is a famous quote, I forget who wrote it, count life not by the breaths you take, but by the moments that takes your breath away. If you don't have those moments that take your breath away, that means life is sort of, just waiting and waiting. Okay, so I see clothing here. I think this is your guide saying stay warm or take care of yourself, because maybe you've just been, I don't know, just eating fast food every night, just not necessarily focusing on your body as much as you could be. So I sensed, I believe I can fly. That might be your soul saying, hey, I want to become a pilot, or maybe you have big dreams, and big dreams comes with big potential. Submarine. Ooh. So, under the surface, you will find that you've already been living two lives, in the sense, you know what you like, you just don't admit it to yourself, but at least one other person watches you and you're like, you totally like this. It's like, no, because you don't, because it's your other side, you don't show it to other people. A candle, yeah. You shine bright when you're doing stuff you love or like, or just when, like, I feel like you're the type of person that as long as you have fun, it's gonna be fine. Hugs. Oh, so you might be a person that loves quality time. You just like getting to hang out with people, and that's a nice quality to have. Believe, yeah. Just so let's say this new hobby that you're going to take up, even if you don't turn out to be there's no competition first off. It's just for fun, second off. And you're not supposed to be thinking you're gonna become the next rock star, Mozart, choreographer, author, top star lawyer, famous general, you know? Like, just do it for the fun. And then if you do it for the fun, then you'll get better. And then maybe you will become known in the field because because of just how much fun you're having and just how much you're learning. Because when you have fun, you learn to an excess because it's fun to do. So I don't know if you had a grandma, mother, or a female recently pass away, but this is a female reaching out and saying, hey, my child, it's all right. We're here for you. Oh, that's beautiful. A waterfall. It looks like you might be a waterfall of emotions right now. This person, it doesn't have to actually be a mother, just more feminine, or grandma, just someone that lets you just cry your eyes out and they don't say anything and just sit there. It could be one of your friends, it could be one of your colleagues, or just someone you just start crying and they just won't say anything and just sit there. It's okay. Well, that's beautiful. Well, dear Pile 3, if you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hey, dear Pile 4, welcome to the reading. So here's your card, Ambitious. So that's a great first card opener. You might be someone that's like, the world is my stage, or the sky's the limit, or just someone that's about to go through a spiritual awakening that's like, I got this. There's just so many new things to see. A Whole New World in Aladdin. Kindness, it looks like you are someone that enjoys the little things in life. You are someone that stops and is able to be in the moment. This is one of those very rare traits that you just stop and relax, you know? Dice. So, maybe you're lucky, maybe you might be a bit of a gambler. On the dice, it's 5 and 1, or 1 and 5. I don't know if that means anything to you. Heads on the top. Sandals, yeah, you love your relaxation time. Like when I say sandals, I don't mean sandals, I mean slippers. That's what I meant. They're just comfy slippers. You are just a nice and warm, fuzzy person who loves to just take things at your own pace. And if people aren't at your pace, you just say, you shrug them off. I know sometimes, though, when people go at their pace and you're like, dang, why did you hit me by accident? You were going way too fast. If you were going at my pace, then this wouldn't have happened. But, you know, it's those moments that appreciate who you are, because you're like, oh, because I am at that moment, I am the one that's not necessarily at fault, but I'm the one that's taking it easy. It's nice to see the comparisons. You're definitely a thinker. This is a book. I don't know if you're a critical thinker, but you like to engage in thought. Thinking. Yeah. You like to engage in thinking and just what amazes you about this world. However, also, there has been a bit of stuff on your mind recently. Maybe about a divorce, just maybe about someone you care about that you're worried about. And I'm here to say, hey, I hear you, and you have a right to be concerned, but you should also tell them, because don't tell them you got this from pick a card, but if they think you don't have a right to know if somebody's going through something bad or something troubling and they don't think you have a right to know, there's something right there, you know? Maybe you're married to this person and they're like, something's going wrong and I can't tell you. If they break down, it's not their fault because there's obviously a lot going on here, but I'm just saying, sit down and lend an ear. You are definitely a great person to do that with, and they'll understand you for that. So you could call these boots. This means you're a pretty energetic person, a pretty relaxed person in the sense that you keep up your appearance, in the sense you work on yourself a lot. Maybe it's physically, like with health, but you keep yourself to a pretty high standard. Okay, let's get some other cards here. Fish. Okay, that's fish. So there's three fish there. There's two that are close and one far away. So there's two fish facing each other and there's one behind one fish. So it might be, maybe it's a mother from one of the sides. Maybe it's one of the friends. Maybe it's just a colleague. I think that there's definitely there has been a bit of a struggle. There might be this isn't necessarily a romance. This just like, someone's watching something that you and someone else is encountering, and they obviously have their own opinions about it. And it's when those opinions either are held back and they're unsaid, that's when whiffs appear. So, but it's also hard when it's said. But I definitely suggest you keep aware of the surroundings, of just look at other people, because that's one of your best qualities, and notice, oh, this person's uncomfortable when I do this with this person. And like, or it just might be at a company when you might just, someone doesn't like something you do. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just good to know. Maybe you notice after this video and you notice someone's very uptight around you, where as you ask people about them, it's like, oh yeah, this person is usually pretty nice and energetic, and then you're like, really? That's not what he's like around me. And they're like, oh really? And you're just like, that doesn't sound like the same person I'm talking about, but I noticed. So you know what I mean? Just there's something you're not aware of. Your action affects others. Okay, that's not what it says. That was something else I was thinking. So there's 3 cups there. There's a lot of decisions. When I say decisions, I mean just a lot of emotion, just a lot of taking it slow. I don't know, just stuff that's coming up. You're definitely an outdoor person. Like, this is someone swimming, but like it can get a bit obsessive in the sense that that's how you control your surroundings, by controlling yourself. And sometimes you just need to let yourself sleep in late one of those days, there's a love in doing that as well. I know it might be hard, but you'll find that one day you'll find someone or something that can help you with that. So this also rings with the lucky. This is a horseshoe. So maybe you like to travel. Maybe you're just someone that is that type of person that travels a lot. You definitely are someone that, even though you go slowly, you get stuff done. You're productive, but not productive in the like high maintenance way, but productive in the I feel so fulfilled today, There's only one. Okay, so it seems that you have a lot of beliefs. Maybe there's something you have been arguing about with someone, or maybe someone said something that didn't fully resonate with you and you had a falling out, like a major one. But just know that in this case, maybe neither of you are right. Like, it's not about the right in a sense, it's something else. Lucky stars. So like they're literally stars floating in the sky. It comes from the phrase, "Oh my lucky stars." It's sort of a sarcastic, "Oh my gosh," you know. There's 3 stars there. You're definitely a goal-oriented person, but it looks like something else has started to shake you a bit to make you feel like I'm a lucky person. The snowshoes, you definitely like maybe skiing. I don't know if it's skiing, but you in your own way you like to adventure. That's the way to put it. The number 6 was right there, so sailing. The most passive activities that other people think of are the most rewarding for you. Maybe that's what that means. Love is in all the corners. Oh my, so it looks like you are a very optimistic person and you try very hard to see through people's flaws. Okay, so let's get something from your guides. Become tall and strong. That sounds more like a fatherish figure. This looks sort of like a vacuum. So to like cleanse out your life of all you do not need. And this one is a seashell. Seashell, sorry. Yeah. The seashell, a new perspective, that new beginning. There we are. Okay. Well, thank you for watching this reading. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Take care. Hey dear souls, welcome back. This is pile number 5. Here's your card. So this card is desire. Whoops. This card means, let's look at what it means. I'm seeing a lot of different things like colors of like red, like passion and entertainment and just new beginnings and okay, duck, like a ducky. So it looks like you are becoming someone that's willing to take new opportunities. I know it's been hard in the past, but it looks like you finally started taking yourself to new opportunities. It's the star, so it looks like you've learned the benefit of taking new opportunities and the experiences they've brought along with them. A can of soup. So it looks like you might be trying out new, I don't know, hobbies or maybe just something out of the ordinary. A can of soup normally like maybe means pleasure, but in this case it could be a job, it could be talking to some new people, maybe sitting down and doing a puzzle. A margarita, that's just an alcoholic beverage, so you might be trying out new ideas that are like maybe a business or a new way of thinking. Like, I'm gonna get this done. I'm not saying this to mock you. I'm saying this in the like what you might be thinking of. Like, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna be productive. I'm going to reach my account this week. A bear. So this bear is pretty ferocious when it wants to be, but then it will defend its territory if necessary. But it's actually a very nice bear, so that means you're strong and can be stubborn and fierce, but at the same time you're like a mama bear in the sense that you're like, if we're friends, then all is fine, and then you just like nod and go about your business. But you are definitely someone that you definitely try to take the I can help you, like you look after people. That's not a bad thing, just sometimes it feels like a lot of work. So shoes, they're pretty worn out, so I think you've been overexerting yourself. It looks like you might be sick, I don't know, but like when I say sick, I mean as in like you might have overworked yourself, so you might have come down with a cold or something. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like it's your body saying, hey, I need to relax. This card says, oh, look at that. So that might be what you're thinking, or you're just like, oh, maybe I have been working too hard. So, yeah, so this is someone sitting in a boat, a rowboat fishing. So, yeah, it looks like your mind has been very busy the last few months or days / weeks. You've been going from one thing to another. These are like heart slippers, which means, oh, it means sit back and enjoy love. Oh, man. So when I mean that, I mean pamper yourself a little. Allow someone else to pamper you a little because, you haven't been sitting back in the moment yet. Hey there. Oh. So this sounds like someone has, when I say someone, I mean you are manifesting something, and this says, yep, I know. So, hey there. Okay. This first said, and then it said thinking. So maybe you're in the process, you're in a big process of transmuting something that does not serve you, like a spiritual awakening. And you're slowly, well, not necessarily slowly, like on this journey, I feel you definitely learned a lot, but I also know that there's more people coming into your life to say, hey, here's a few more things that I'd like to show you. Or camp or school. Oh, you might be a college student or just starting to look for a job or something. Or maybe what's happening is you're starting to create your own hobbies, like fun hobbies, and also trying to get yourself organized. That's the business card. So there's a tie right there, like a business tie. No, but it's a clip-on tie. So that might mean, in a sense, two-faced. You don't always like to be one thing for everybody, Bear paws, like those mittens that are bear paws. So it looks like you might be a baker, or you just lend a hand. Oh, that's so nice. And you're very loving and warming energy. Kindness. Okay, let's get some messages from your guides. Oh, this shows a family. I'm sensing that you are starting to break down barriers and just speak your truth. That's a new job opportunity or something new is coming into your life. That says we hear you. Let's get some more specific one. You are not alone. Okay, that's pretty specific. One more. I will treat you with kindness. It sounds like, as opposed to a spirit guide, it sounds like a question you've been asking in your head or trying to manifest for a while now. And you're like, will it be alright? Or something? Or like, am I right? And they're like, the answer is, I'll treat you with kindness. Well, thank you for watching pile number 5. If you like this reading, please like, share, comment,